Hi everybody, this is a Sentiment Timing weekly video recap for Tuesday, June 9th. I hope your trades are going well. Things are starting to get a little more activity in the market, which is good to see. That's how kind of we all make money, unless you're just a buy and hold trader. But then why would you need anything like us? Anyway, let's get started. So just to do a recap of what the Sentiment Timing newsletter is all about, and it's basically human beings and the markets are irrational. There's always going to be an irrational element at work in the market, and that's what creates market opportunities. We use Woody Dorsey's proprietary technical timing indicators to predict when certain turns are scheduled to hit, and we combine them with the sentiment database as well as just our regular technicals. So we left you with last week that we had a series of 90% bullish readings, which means that there was a lot of bulls in this market. I also showed you the emails that I was getting, where I think it was 4 or 5 of them had different ways of getting to 2150 on the S&P, and that's where it was going. There was no doubt about it. And to expect that after you get a series of high sentiment numbers, you're asking for trouble, and I didn't really want to pick on those guys because it's the same emails that I got that they're all bearish on the market now because support broke, and go figure, we had the 90% readings here. So now they're all bearish, and you can see we're at a 4% bullish reading, which means there's a lot of bears in the market. Doesn't mean there has to be a low. What it basically, to take of it being we didn't really have any important turn dates, is don't jump on the herd bandwagon that we were heading higher just because we are holding this support. Now, just because support broke, don't jump on the bearish wagon. There's a chance we could bounce some. Now, we have some important dates that are approaching. We're going to see where sentiment is there. If we get a spike up and we see sentiment back up here, then there's a real good shot that there's going to be a top in place, and we're just going to really measure things out. So sentiment has gone from your extreme bullish readings, we dropped to a pretty extreme bearish reading, and it could continue lower. Like I said, we don't really have any real important turn dates coming into. Well, there is one coming that's pending this week, maybe early next week, but there's a more important one that's going to be following, and we're really going to be just tracking that. So we were leaving the door open because last week there really was no important turn dates. We knew we had high sentiment levels, but that doesn't mean it's a top. And basically our feeling was if the bulls are able to break it through this resistance level, then they were going to probably head up to that 2150 level, but the odds were not really there because of the high sentiment readings. If the bears were able to push it through this support level, then we were probably heading down to the 2073, and what the reason why was this descending triangle that was in play right here. And if we take a look at our regular charts here, you can see that this is what happened. We went down. It could have went a little bit further than where it was as far as a target, but it is pretty close to where we were expecting. Now, it was not a good time to be jumping on the short bandwagon today, especially because we had some bullish divergences in place here. So this is a 15-minute chart of the S&P, and if I go to a 60-minute chart, we also had some bullish divergences there, and we were right at support. So this was not really where you wanted to get extremely short. You wanted to get short when we were up here and everybody was anticipating that we were going this way, because now they all got caught and now they're all bearish on the market. So there's still some room to go to get into the overbought levels. It's at support. Could it go lower? Absolutely. We're going to really just measure how sentiment is. But if we do get a bounce, what you really want to keep an eye on is you can see the moving averages are here, and then we have some fib retracement levels. So really the first line in the sand, if the bulls try to go higher tomorrow, is going to be the 2095 level. It's a moving average as well as a 38% retracement. If it gets above that, now they got to get more juice to get above the 2103 and really the 21010. The line in the sand for the bears is the 2120. If they take that over, then most likely the bulls have control of the tape and we're going higher again. So we're anticipating a bounce. We have the low sentiment readings, so it would fit. Doesn't mean it has to. Absolutely not. And, we want one of these big moves to hit, but unfortunately we've just been in a lot of up and down yucky tape, and there really hasn't been any big ones. But like I said, we have a pending black hole drop that is coming, and if you notice, this was picked right on the date. It dropped 200 points, and then on the exact turn date, it ended up rallying 280 points. I mean, that's a year's worth of trading that's done in 6 weeks? So we want those. They're pending. There is another one coming. We're going to really just be eyeing down sentiment, where things are. And Woody already has that date where he's still waiting for a few things to line up as far as putting the exact date in place. So until then, we're just going to use our sentiment readings. And like I said, right now, we have some bullish divergences, so a bounce would make sense. It's not certain that that's going to happen. And we also have an energy day that's approaching this week or early into next week. So that's going to be a tell where if the bulls can't get it above, then there's a good shot that we're going to be heading lower, and that's really what we're going to be anticipating. So that's pretty much all we have. The market really hasn't been doing a whole lot. But the sentiment levels, they gave us the clue not to jump on the bullish bandwagon. And that's really it. So we have a special going. You can see it at the bottom of this page here if you guys are interested in knowing when the next energy date is, which is coming within the next 7 days. And then we have another important turn date coming after that. And that is leading us into the black hole event. And if it's anything like the black hole event that has took place here, there's a lot of money to be made. So with that, until next week, have a great week, and I'll talk to you later.